Yesterday I wrote what I wanted to speak in this video, and I realized it's going to take a lot of time to record it, edit, and upload it. So today I'm just going to give you an overview of what it's going to be, and I will make the proper video next week. From the decisions I made for this experiment, that are to remember to eat, learn how to cook my 6 favorite dishes, and integrate grocery shopping and meal prepping and cooking in my life, I just focused on remember to eat this week. I thought I would be able to do all these this week. I never realized how much work it really is and how much time and energy it demands to make this change. I'm glad that I have set up my expectations lower. Otherwise, I would be very disappointed. As for how to remember, well, obviously I set a timer, but that raised questions. One was, how long am I going to take between meals? The other one was, what am I going to eat the next meal? And do I have it done or do I need to do something? And the answers were a bit surprising. The first day I set up 4 hours between each meal, and it was too long, too long. I got very hungry at every meal. I was hyper salivating as I was putting the food in the plate because I was already starving. And even though I ate, I was still hungry after dinner, so I still ate after dinner. And that was a theme throughout the week. I was hungrier than usual. I ate a lot this week, like more than I usually do. I wasn't expecting that. I don't know if it means I'm not eating enough, as in quantity or nutrition, like calories and vitamins and minerals and all that, or if it's just my body that is trying to catch up with all the missed meals, or if now that I'm having 3 meals a day, I recognize when I feel hungry and I eat. I don't know which one of these. All I know is that I realized I am hungry. I am hungrier than I used to be, and I've been snacking in the morning and the afternoon. In the morning, it's like slightly before lunch, and in the afternoon, I really need a snack mid afternoon. Another thing I noticed, another two things I noticed, and they were unexpected, were cravings. I had cravings. Um, Obviously, well, not obviously, I suppose not all cravings are bad, but mine weren't very healthy. But I had them and I gave in to them. I figured that, well, I'm making a change. My body's going through something. I'm having these cravings. Maybe it's something that my body needs. I don't know. I'm going to eat it. It wasn't a binge eating. It was just I felt like having certain things and I ate them, and I just ate them with no shame, no blame, just ate them. I'm I'm sort of uh, in this experiment. I'm sort of living it, and at the same time observing myself living it. I don't know why I had these cravings, but I had them. The other thing was a thirst. I'm usually not thirsty. I like tea and I drink tea at night, and I like coffee, which I shouldn't drink, but I do, usually in the morning. But this week I've been actually thirsty, as in for water. And and the first day I felt that, yeah, it was really the first day. Maybe because I've been so long without eating, I felt thirsty that first day. Then it went on the rest of the week. So, um, I've been drinking water, and what I do now, because this first day I had water, um, no, that was the second day I had water. I figured that, well, I'm thirsty. I'm going to drink water at the meal. It did not work. I got too full and my stomach hurt because water occupies space in the stomach as well, besides the food. It hurt my stomach. So I decided, okay, I'm going to need water because I am digesting more. The stomach needs liquids to make that digestion. So I decided I decided to have water before the meal and after the meal. I once um, read something that said it was a good idea to have it half an hour before eating and 2 hours before eating. So I've been doing that. And whenever I am thirsty, as long as it's not a during a meal because of that pain I felt that day, if I'm thirsty, I drink water. So I eat. 2 hours later, I drink water. And if I am thirsty after that, I drink more water. And around half an hour to 15 minutes before I eat, I drink water again. And it's a very strong thirst. It's not like, oh, I would drink something. It is almost as if I had eaten salt, a huge amount of salt, and were dehydrated. I haven't increased the amount of salt in my food. I don't know if it's because of eating more, even if the food is not more salty. The salt intake is higher. That's making me thirsty. I don't know. Again, I'm just observing this week. As for the timer, so um, since I want to drink the water 2 hours after eating, I set a timer. I have a meal. I set a timer for 2 hours later, and I know that's for drinking water. But at the same time I finish eating, I set another timer for my next meal, and that is 3 hours. I'm trying 3 hours. Oh, I don't know if it's the best idea, but it's been working. So I set 3 hours minus 15 minutes. Those 15 minutes are a buffer for me to do something that might be required for the meal, like putting food to heat or heat up food and putting it in the plate. And if I need to do something before going to the kitchen, or if I need to actually, uh, if I can't leave whatever I'm doing immediately, it gives me some time to do that. Um, I tend to have the water in the place I am in so that when that half an hour, 15 minutes mark before eating comes, I can just have the drink. For instance, let's say I set the alarm for 3 hours minus 15 minutes. The alarm rings. I take the water immediately, then I go to the kitchen. If for any reason I remember that I have to eat at that meal, which is a funny thing. I used to forget to eat. Now that I set the reminder, I know I have to eat at that time. So it has been actually easier to drink half an hour before a meal than having it 15 minutes before, because I have I have watches. My wristwatch needs batteries. I need to fix that. But I have watches around the house, and I have the cell phone, and I have the computer. So whenever I look at the time, now that I know when I have to eat, I know how long I'm still going to have left, and that allows me to have the water around half an hour before. If for any reason I don't pay attention to the time, I only drink it when the alarm rings. But this was a good one. I didn't like the cravings nor having to eat more. Well, having to eat more, I'm not sure if it's a good or bad thing, because I don't know if I was eating enough. Maybe that's why I was exhausted all the time. But the drinking more water is a good thing because I didn't used to drink enough, in my opinion. What else? Oh, okay. Um, because I'm hungry, I now snack. So sometimes those 3 hours minus 15 minutes are for a snack, and I try to keep them light. Uh, but again, I'm just observing. If I'm hungry and I need something a bit more sustaining, I eat it. I have not yet changed the way I eat because um, I'm still researching that, and that leads me to another change or to another step I've been making this week. I've decided to every day for 15 minutes period. Oops, I forgot it last night, so I'll do it today twice. I wrote the this and I forgot to make the search. Um, I've been making a 15 minutes search for the foods that are good to my allergies and my health problems, and also about the foods that are bad for them. Um, I want to have that list fulfilled so that when I do know or do learn the recipes and how to cook my favorite dishes, I can replace any ingredient that are bad, any ingredients that are bad for me, for these good ones. Um, but right now I'm just researching. Uh, although I have noticed that just by being aware of making sure that I eat every meal, I'm also more aware of what I do eat. Yes, I had cravings, but I've been trying to go to what so far has been my more healthy options in food regarding snacks. For instance, yogurts, fruits, boiled eggs. I've been trying to do that. But when the cravings have arisen, if I have the food at home, I have eaten them for snack. What else? Let me see. Um, so I'm reading what I wrote, skimming it so that I make sure I don't forget anything. Okay, not really. Not really understanding my handwriting. I think I've mentioned everything, but not proper in the best possible way still. As I said, I'll make a proper video next week. I just wanted to let you know how things are going. Yeah. Um, this is basically it, and I realize it's going to take me a few weeks to fulfill that list. As I go, I will try to, considering what I've been eating so far, include some of the foods that are best already, but with what I've been doing so far, and not with my best and my favorite dishes. It it was a bit of a roller coaster week, uh, not emotionally, but as in almost as if I gave a step and find an obstacle, and then another step and found another obstacle, and because none of these things like thirst and cravings, oh, and um, amounts. I don't know if I'm eating enough, and I have never thought about it, but um, because that day I drank the water and I got too full and my stomach hurt. Um, I I I wondered, um, am I eating enough? Am I eating too much? Am I eating too little in the other meals? So I have been paying attention also to the way I feel or my stomach feels when I finish eating. It has been interesting, but I will let you know next week when I make a proper video. This is just an update because I said I was going to make a video on Saturday, so this way you can just know more or less how things are doing. As usually, I hope you put this at a faster pace or speed and do something else while you are listening to the video. Have a good weekend.